5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let the games begin.
Is everyone ready for some Dino DNA today? Well, if the Fast and Furious movies are the McDonald's of movies, then the Jurassic movies are the Wendy's of movies. Now, if you're sitting there stuffing 20 pounds of pizza rolls down your pie hole, wondering, what am I talking about? Well, stay tuned. I'll elaborate in this episode of Movies Merica Live.
In a world where the number of movies available is great, but many are so bad, you'll learn a new definition of hate. One man sifts and reviews through the movie sludge. One man will be the movie cop, jury, and judge. He goes by many names, but you know him by Movies Merica.
All right, everybody. Hey, welcome to this latest episode of Movies Merica Live on this Sunday, which is technically still the weekend, everybody. So you get to kick back and relax. And hey, what better way to chill out and just ease your mind and check out some Movies Merica Live. And you really get to ease your mind because you don't have to worry about me spoiling today's movie. And that movie today is Jurassic World Rebirth. Sorry. I've just heard so many people call it that here lately in this last week right there. It's just kind of starting to stick in the old craw right there. But as always, I am your humble host, Van Ebert here, your host for Movies Merica Live. And we're going to be talking about some dinosaurs and some islands out in the middle of nowhere and some corporate baddies, basically all the typical ingredients of Jurassic movies there. Okay, so they kind of have a recipe to those movies. But real quick, I want to welcome my movie maniacs and my fellow freedom-fueled film fanatics. You guys know who you are. And hey, we've had a great weekend so far this week, right? It's 4th of July weekend here. Plenty of patriotism, fireworks, stuffing brats down our gullets and drinking, way too heavy quantities of, well, I guess there's never too heavy quantities of beer, unless you're driving, of course. But there we go. I gotta qualify that. But real quick here, because this show is live here, you can live chat with me, and then I, in turn, can communicate with you. And you would be doing me a solid. I would be honored if you get in the live chat on YouTube or Rumble. And hey, at least just say, hi, give me a thumbs up or a poop emoji or something like that in the live chat on Rumble or YouTube. It's very easy, okay? It's a very thorough, very intensive, very academic process of looking for a button that says chat on it and then clicking said button. And that's it, okay? I think you guys can all figure that out, right? Yep, there you go. I know you guys can do it. But all right, let's get into some Jurassic World Rebirth, okay? And Jurassic World Rebirth, it is directed by Gareth Edwards, okay? And Gareth Edwards, he, you guys might know him. He did the Godzilla movie back in 2014, did Rogue One. Well, between him and Tony Gilroy, they directed Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Also did a movie, an underseen movie from a few years ago called The Creator there, which I thought was pretty good. I did a review of that movie. So, hey, under the Movies Merica episodes, just search for my reviews of The Creator, and you'll see what I had to say about that, okay? And, he's kind of I think he's kind of an upgrade, or not kind of an upgrade. He is an upgrade as far as the more recent directors of Jurassic Park movies. Now, you're never going to outdo Steven Spielberg, obviously, who did the first two there, but Gareth Edwards is not, obviously not Steven Spielberg, but he's down here, okay? And anybody that's still above some of the other directors of some of the other Jurassic Park, Jurassic World movies. Okay, but this stars Scarlett Johansson, and she plays like this security person for a hire that if you need something done on the down low, you don't want anybody to know about it. Basically, you're up to being naughty and you don't want anybody to know about it. You call in somebody like her, and if she likes the price that you name, she'll do whatever you want her to do there. Okay, and so then we also have, well, like I said before, like I implied before with these Jurassic movies, there's a formula to them, right? And there is corporate bad guy that comes to Scarlett Johansson and says, hey, I want to do this. Here's the mission. Here's what I'm going to pay you. And of course, it involves some dinosaurs and that kind of thing. So there's the slimy, skeezy, scuzzball that you have an uneasy feeling about right from the jump, right? And then there's science guy that they have to get, who's the guy who's going to feed all of us, including the audience, all the exposition about the movie there. But in this case, so as with a lot of sci-fi movies and movies of this ilk, they put themselves in a dangerous situation because they're like on the verge of some kind of medical breakthrough, and they just need this component to complete this drug that they need to create that's going to save millions of lives, right? And of course, that component comes from something dangerous. Okay, think of like Deep Blue Sea. Remember that movie, The Deep Blue Sea? There where they're trying to find a cure for cancer or whatever, or ingrown toenails, what have you, right? And of course, the last compound, the most valuable compound they need, comes from what? Great white sharks. Okay, and not just great white sharks, like genetically mutated sharks, bred to be even more aggressive than just plain old great white sharks. Okay, it's always something like that, right? And that's like the frame they use to launch you into this dangerous plot, so that there's a movie to sell people on going to see. In this case, it's this slimy corporate guy coming up to Scarlett Johansson saying, hey, we're trying to create this drug that is going to cure heart disease. Oh, by the way, Scarlett Johansson, we know your mother died of heart disease. Wouldn't it have been great if we had a drug like this? They're trying to emotionally blackmail her into the plot, or going and taking a job there. So she she obviously eventually opts to join the mission, obviously, because you see the trailer excuse me, for the movie. She's obviously out there, as part of the plot. They get science guy to go. They all go out to the island. Scarlett Johansson, she recruits her buddy, played by Mahershala Ali, named Duncan, to take his boat out to the island. They run into some dinosaurs. They're trying to get the DNA, the dino DNA, to help create this drug. There's another, set of characters that pop in, and that's Jurassic World Rebirth. Okay, as they go through some adventures, and dinosaurs are always trying to kill them and all that stuff. So that's the jumping off point, the plot in a nutshell for Jurassic World Rebirth right there. So, and again, hey, it's directed by Gareth Edwards. So I thought that maybe we were going to get a better movie here with this particular Jurassic World, better than Jurassic World Dominion, that actually already came out 3 years ago. I can't believe it already came out 3 years ago now here. So, but I think that not that this is saying much. Okay, not that this is saying much at all, but I think that this movie actually is better than Jurassic World Dominion here, for what that is worth here. But and now with this right here, I mean, I know that Jurassic World Rebirth is the movie for this week, but can we just talk about F1 for a second week in a row, please? Okay, I mean, it's this movie. I mean, as you could probably tell from the tone of my voice, I mean, you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. this is not a movie. Jurassic World Rebirth is not a movie that I'm that excited about. I saw it. It's not that good. Okay, so right off the jump. Okay, just in case anybody watching right now can't tune in for too long, just know this. I would not recommend seeing this movie in the theater. That's why I'm kind of, just kind of like in jest. Like, can we just talk about F1, the great Brad Pitt movie here for just a second week in a row? I mean, there's some weeks when I do this show, I'll be totally honest with you here, and it's like this with anybody who does a show or any endeavor in life. Some days, some weeks, some months, whatever, you're just more excited about doing this show on this day as opposed to this day over here, right? Last week, I was excited about doing this show because I had a great movie, F1, to talk about. This show, this week, I'm not working with the best product, okay? And obviously this week I'm working with Jurassic World Rebirth here. So so I'm going to try to fit in F1 where I can. By the way, actually, F1 had a 54% drop off in how many people went to go see the movie, okay, from its debut last week, all right? So with that, all I have to say is, come on, America. It should have only had a drop-off rate in the 30s, all right? Come on. I've said it many a time over the last week, and I'll repeat it again in a way that most Americans might comprehend. It's not just a racing movie, okay? All right? F1 is not just a racing movie, okay? It's just like this pulse-pounding, exciting movie that hits all kinds of emotional levels, all kinds of emotional chords, okay? Not just about racing or anything like that. But when the racing kicks in, I don't care if you don't know a racing car from a candy bar, okay? You're gonna be excited. You're going, holy shnikes. Look at that footage. You feel like you're right in the car. Oh my God, my stomach's kind of starting to get upset a little bit. I feel like I'm right there in the car and everything's vibrating and they're going around the track really fast. Wow. It's exciting. All right. But not just exciting from the driving, for the racing and all that. It's exciting on a lot of different levels here. But, America, they just, I don't know. It's people just think too simplistically, like, it's a trailer and it has cars in it. And even though I see all these critics and all these audience members and all my friends and family telling me that I should go see it, I'm not going to go see it because me no likey cars. I don't likey racing. Come on. Let's go. Let's expand your minds, all right? Expand your minds. Don't just live in your little safe space, your little safe zone, okay? You can take a risk every once in a while. This movie, it won't hurt you, okay? It's not going to disrupt your beloved comforts, okay? But anyway, that's my rant. I just get so I get so, is ranty a word? It is now. I just get so ranty because I'm sick of seeing crap movies at the theater. And the reason we get crap movie at the theater is because we have got so many people who just can't just bring themselves to go see the good movies, okay? Just can't. We crossed this country in Conestoga wagons, braving starvation and weather and killer Indians and whatnot. And nowadays we got people sitting their fat asses on the couch who can't be convinced to go and expose themselves to the danger of seeing a movie at the theaters that they just aren't quite sure on there. So, but anyway, so I'm just going to get away from that right there. Rant over. But I didn't have high hopes for Jurassic World Rebirth. But I did have some semblance of hope for director Gareth Edwards, who I've already mentioned there. I like a lot of what Edwards has put out, especially, like I said, Rogue One. The Rogue One, it's most famous for the scene towards the end where it's got Darth Vader, and it's the first time we've ever seen Darth Vader just be this cold-blooded, psychotic murderer that we always knew he was in Star Wars movies. But he just shows up and he is just taking lives and just being the evil Darth Vader that we always knew. And so that there's that scene towards the end there that Rogue One is famous for there. Also did the movie The Creator, which dealt with like AI. I was talking about like in the future, AI was a crucial component to the human race, and then it supposedly like detonated a nuclear bomb in LA, and so that AI was outlawed, and then there's these people that go around and they kill anything AI, like the robots that are AI, and so that's what The Creator was about. A good movie. Hardly anybody went and saw it. The weekend it came out, it got piss pounded by Paw Patrol and Saw 10. Okay, so The Creator didn't create a whole lot of good box office when it came out, but and I also didn't hate his 2014 Godzilla movie. Okay, now right now after this, though, after he crapped the bed with Jurassic World Rebirth, Gareth Edwards, he's at a crossroads. Okay, I mean, after he's had some good movies like those movies I just mentioned, but has now crapped the bed with this one, he could keep making cinematic turds, like M. Night Shyamalan, right? Or he could pull a Joseph Kosinski after he made the dumpster fire that was Spider-Ed. That was his Netflix movie that Joseph Kosinski did there. And then Joseph Kosinski, obviously he recovered from that dumpster fire of Spider-Ed, and he recovered by making F1, all right? And I mentioned M. Night Shyamalan. I mentioned him because he had his first, 3 or 4 movies were good, right? He had The Sixth Sense and Unbreakable and Signs, right? Good movies. And then after that, he just circled the drain. His career just went down the toilet after that, pretty much right there. He never recovered. But at Gareth Edwards, he could either go down that path, or he could go the path of like a Joseph Kosinski, who's clearly recovered from that slip on a banana peel, called Spider-Head there. Gareth, it's up to you. I mean, are you going to do what it takes to recover from just failing miserably with this Jurassic World Rebirth? Are you gonna recover from this and make a good movie? Because I hope you do. I'm rooting for you, Gareth. I really, really am there. Now for deep diving into the turd that Gareth okay, let me rephrase. Now let's go into a little detail about his latest movie featuring some dinosaurs that has room for improvement. Is that a better way of putting it there? No mentions of turds there. But now this movie follows the same story as the first 3 Jurassic movies. Okay, there's some reason given as to why some people have to go to an island full of dinosaurs. Dinosaurs try to get them, and mostly only get the nobody characters. The main characters, they have plot armor, so of course they survive and escape the island. Cue the John Williams Jurassic Park theme. Roll end credits. The end. Okay, that's the formula. Okay, for the first 3 Jurassic movies, and for this movie as well. Now, this one tries to be different by also having some dumbass family that sailed on a sailboat. They actually sailed into what is portrayed as a forbidden dinosaur zone in this movie. So they do some exposition at the beginning of the movie where they describe that for most of the Earth, the dinosaurs occupying most of the Earth have died off because the climate, they're just not acclimated to the climate. The climate is not dinosaur friendly. So the dinosaurs on most of the planet have died, except for the dinosaurs that are in this area that's very close to the equator, this equatorial zone that's around the world. And it's forbidden, for obvious reasons. They don't want people going in there and getting killed by these dinosaurs, right? And so, but you have this dumbass family that's on this sailboat that is sailed into this forbidden dinosaur zone and thrown into the danger. Ooh, they're really making profound movie history here. Wow, there you go, Gareth Edwards. Wow, nice. And I shouldn't just blame Gareth Edwards. Actually, This movie was, if I remember correctly, was written by David Koepp or David Cope. I always forget the how you pronounce his name, but he's the guy who directed the original, or not directed, but he wrote the original Jurassic Park. And let me confirm that right here if David Koepp did write this here. And let's see. Let's check this out. Pardon me as I do a little quick research. Yeah, David Koepp. It lists Michael Crichton, but that's just because, Michael Crichton's novel Jurassic Park is what the Jurassic Park movies are based off of. Michael Crichton has been long dead, God rest his soul. So, but Michael Crichton is nowhere near alive here in 2025 there to have written this movie. So it looks like, it's David Koepp who wrote the original Jurassic Park movie, which I like. I mean, that's a lot of people's favorite Jurassic Park movie. There is the OG there. So that makes sense right there. Okay, everybody, let's do this here and switch things up. But I just want to ask you guys if you would, okay, and hopefully I haven't alienated too many people with my rants here so far, but if I haven't alienated you quite yet, hey, and the episode is quite young, go ahead and hit that like button down there if you would, all right? And then also, if you haven't already, click on that subscribe or follow button, also down there. And then also there's the notification bell button down there as well, which does exactly like what it sounds like. You'll just get an email in your inbox saying, hey, by the way, tapping you on the shoulder, hey, there's a brand new piping hot, fresh slice of Movies America waiting just for you. Okay, everybody? And so that's what you can do. And then also for anybody who's watching this, but you're not watching it live, you're just watching the recording of it, which is totally cool. I know people got things to do here and you can't watch it live. Well, hey, we can still communicate with each other. We can get the lines of communication going on between each other. And that's done via the comment section down below in this episode. Get in the comment section down there if you would. And let me know, hey, what do you think of the episode? Okay. Any very honest, constructive criticism is most welcome. Okay. I mean, if you think that, I'm lousing this up, hey, let me know. I'm not, some delicate flower that can't take some constructive criticism. Now, if you're watching and you're like, oh my God, Van, you're the reason that the internet was invented. You're the reason that live streaming was invented. You're fantastic. All right. You're the best. Well, hey, don't let me dissuade you from putting that in the comments. Oh, right there. We all can use a self-esteem boost every once in a while. Or am I right? Right? So, but that's how, we can talk to each other down in the comments section right there. Okay. And I do look at the comments. I do check them out and and I'll respond back to you and all of that stuff right there. So let me do what my mother always told me and improve my posture here. There we go. That's much better. I'm sitting in this chair back here and it's so easy just to like lounge too much and just like, just to sit there and just kind of just slunk down in the chair, if slunk's a word. Excuse me. There and and really ruin my back. So, but anyway, with that, let me take a tug off this brewski right here that I'm going to be talking about here a little later on in more detail in brew review time, because apparently with me coughing, I need it. All right. Excellent. And hey, if you guys, are sitting there with the beer in your hand or an iced tea or whatever you're drinking, just to relax while you check out this show, hey, by all means, tip it back here while you're watching this show, because we're here to have a good time as we talk about a movie that was not a good time. Ironic, right? Very ironic there. But I'm going to try to make up for the fact that Jurassic World Rebirth is not fun by trying to create, by trying to provide you with a fun experience here on Movies America Live. Because we're having fun here, everybody, right? Having fun? Come on. We're going to have so much freaking fun. We're going to be whistling zippity-doo-dah out of our butts, right? To steal from Chevy Chase on the classic movie Vacation right there, okay? But in Jurassic World Rebirth, we get Scarlett Johansson playing an actress married to an unfunny, funny man who's not getting big Marvel paychecks anymore, and so needed a big, dumb payday, and thus agreed to start a big, dumb movie to keep her big, dumb mansion from being foreclosed on. Oops, sorry. Sorry. That's real life. That's real life. Sorry. Let's start over, okay? Johanssen plays Zora Bennett, a merc who is paid to go into hostile environments and do dangerous stuff, all right? And of course, she doesn't call herself a merc. She uses all sorts of like stupid connotations for what she is, like she's a solutions facilitator or some stupid crap like that. And I'll be honest with you, her character in this movie has got the charisma of an accountant who stayed up way too late playing Fortnite, and he's basically half asleep at his job as he's trying to go through your 1040s with you right there. And so because of that, we never really root for her Zora character in this. And then there's Mahershala Ali, still 78 years away, obviously, or apparently, from playing Blade, right? They just can't figure out that Blade movie here. He is wasted. He is outright wasted in this movie, okay? He just plays like this generic boat captain / adventurer dude named Duncan, who just basically takes up space and shows he's really horrible at being a boat captain in a crisis. Now, after his Oscar-winning role in Green Book, it's a shame because he's just relegated, back to a role as just some accessory to this big, dumb story, okay? And if you guys haven't seen Green Book, which actually he didn't just win the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor, Green Book, rightfully and deservedly so, won the Best Picture Oscar for that year. I think it was in 2018 or 2019, something like that. But yeah, Green Book, check it out. Don't be dissuaded by the not very exciting title, okay? And don't get it confused with the movie Green Room. Okay, that's a totally different movie. It's Green Book, okay? And then we have Jonathan Bailey. He plays science guy who provides all the scientific exposition and who basically Zora has to babysit, okay? Science guy, he has to, get all the DNA, like I was talking about before, how that's the mission. We have to go to this island with all these dinosaurs to get the DNA from the big old dinosaurs for this in this case, it's heart disease drug. And he's friendly with Zora, and she in turn starts caring about him. So right away, science guy has plot armor and won't die. So as a result, when he's hanging off cliffs or dinosaurs are this close to getting him, oh yeah, they're really going to get him. There's absolutely zero tension. So, it's pretty much nap time at that instance right there. And this also applies to that dumbass family that they just throw into this story. Now, I'll exclude the little girl in the family from my dumbass comment because, all right, she's just a cute little girl, all right, in this family. However, as a cute little girl, she has the ultimate plot armor, okay? Because who's going to kill a cute little girl in a movie like this, right? I mean, do you want to send people off, getting out of their seats and walking out of the theater? I mean, you're not going to kill some cute little girl. You're not going to have some T-Rex, killing some cute little girl in this. No. So she's got the ultimate plot armor. And so she's obviously just there. And if you watch this movie, you'll see why she's just there. She's just there so they can introduce this cute little dinosaur into the movie as her friend for premium merchandising opportunities there, because I guarantee it, you're going to go to a toy store and you're going to see a action figure or a stuffed animal version of this little cute little, I think it's like a stegosaurus, like a little baby stegosaurus dinosaur here that is in the movie there. So, all right, everybody. Hey, I know I just took a tug off my beer, but I'm getting thirsty again. All right, that's how thirsty I am, and maybe you guys are getting thirsty too. So that's my cue to get into a little brew review time. All right, let's get into the brew review time. And for today's brew, we have got a little moose drool. Check that out, little moose drool up in here. As you see right there, it's a brown ale. And moose drool comes to us from a Big Sky Brewing Company. And I'll give you three guesses what state Big Sky Brewing Company is, but you're only going to need one. Okay. Of course, it comes to us from Montana. And they say that this is brewed with 4 different malts and features some hops there, like East Kent Goldings and Willamette and Liberty hops. All right, but who cares about the name of the hops, right? How's this sucker taste? Well, I will say that it does taste pretty damn good. It's a very smooth drink here. And again, I should preface all the rest of what I'm going to say about this with the fact that I am not getting any money from Big Sky Brewing Company. All right, I don't get any money from any of the brewers that I review beers for whatsoever. I want to maintain my impartiality there. So, but it's a smooth drink. It's not too overpowering. It's got a obvious coriander flavor, which in this case is very good. I like how it's got that just distinctive coriander flavor, which, when you take a tug off it, right when you take a tug off, you're like, ooh, all right, coriander, I like it. So now only weirdos like me would react to that, to the coriander like that. You're not going to do that. You're just going to taste it and be like, oh, it's a very good beer. All right, moving on. All right, so there you go. But only weirdos have a reaction like that there. So, but and it's got a very subtle coffee and cocoa flavor to it. Not near as pronounced as the coriander there. I never did check to see. Yeah, you get a little bit more of the coffee smell in the nose there, but not so much in the taste right there. Now, when you drink it, you might taste more of the coffee than I did, and I did taste a little coffee in that, but very slight there, so it's not too overpowering. So this beer is pretty good. Like, you've just polished off a lager or a pilsner or something like that, and you are just looking up, to up your beer game a little bit. Maybe you're like me when you're, just have basically you go out for just a good time, with your friends, your family, whatever, and you're just going to do kind of like a beer drinking cruise that night. Well, I start off with something light, typically, like a pilsner or a lager, and then eventually you go a little heavier, go like with a brown ale like this, or a red ale, or a Hefeweizen, or something like that. And then you work your way up, to a stout, a porter, and then you come to the creme de la creme, right? The grand finale, the barley wine. Okay, the ultimate in beers and alcohol by volume, right there. But this is kind of like a good step up there en route to your little beer journey for the evening, right there. So yeah. So if you want to crack open a brown ale, Moose Drool is a worthy option for that purpose right there. And it's 5% alcohol by volume, and I think it's, 23 IBU, something like that. So so it's not bitter or anything like that. So there at all. So pretty damn good. But I've done enough yapping about this beer. Let me take a drink off this bad boy. Oh, yeah. It's hard not to take a big, long tug off this thing right here. That's pretty damn good. But, yeah, Moose Drool, check that out. I like the beer can right there. I like the design. It's kind of pretty elementary right there, but it gets a point across. It's not going to be hard to know what the name of this beer is. It's obviously Moose Drool right there. So check that out. And yeah, maybe you can get your hands on it like via Open Bar. Like Open Bar is an app on your phone, or Uber Eats or something like that. So and then or if you're in an area that has like a Total Wine and More, has like a good beer selection, there you maybe get it there as well. But anyway, hey, that wraps up this brew review time. All right, let's check some stuff out here, see what we got going on up in here. All right, and all right, wait, we've got someone here. It looks like Yep. Hello, right there. Absolutely, right there. We got this guy here, and says he's from India. Hey, well, hey, good to see you here, and thanks for checking out the show here. I always like to hear from our international friends here on the show. That's for sure. And yeah, if you've seen Jurassic World Rebirth, let me know what you think. If you've been watching the beginning of my show, you know that I am not a fan, as I let out a beer burp, and that was not very classy for me right there. But if you want to know my name, hey, right there, it's at the very bottom. Where is it at? Right there for me. Yep, right there. There's my name. There, check that out. Van is the first name, and reviewing movies is the game. All right. And just to let you guys know, hey, if you guys want to grab yourself some Movies Merica merch, like a Movies Merica t-shirts, or a Movies Merica shot glass. We got Movies Merica yoga pants, Movies Merica phone cases. You can definitely get that. And we're making it very easy for you to get Movies Merica merch because we have a Movies Merica merch link down in the description. Yes, get yourself to that link in the description and do a little shopping on the Movies Merica merch store. Now, when you click on that link, you might not see the Movies Merica merch like right away. You might have to do a little scrolling down. So just scroll on down a little bit, and then you'll start seeing the Movies Merica stuff like t-shirts, pint glasses, jewelry, all kinds of stuff with the Movies Merica logo emblazoned on it right there. Okay, hey, and it makes a great gift. Okay, it makes for a good conversation starter because I could totally see someone getting on there. And like you just say you jump on the train, you're on the bus or something like that, and you are just cruising into town, and then somebody's like, "Hey, man, hey, what's that saying in your shirt? Is that what's Movies Merica?" And hey, maybe if you're a dude and you're lucky, it's not like it's like a beautiful woman that asks you that, and it's just a good conversation starter. And hey, and you're off to the races after that at that point. So there you go. That's just another reason to get yourself some Movies Merica merch, everybody. All right. Okay, let's get on with some more Jurassic Rebirth here, as I just tell you that I do have some random thoughts about this movie. Now, if you want a portrait of what a beta male dad looks like, look no further than the Reuben character in this. No, I'm not talking about a Reuben sandwich. There's a guy named Reuben here, and he's the patriarch of this dumbass family I was talking about that sailed into the Forbidden Zone right there. And Reuben, he's the guy who thought it would be a great idea to take his two daughters, one who looks to be around 5 or 6 years old, on a around the world trip on a sailboat in a forbidden zone, crawling with deadly dinosaurs in the water. And then his older daughter brought her moronic, lazy boyfriend on the trip too. So there's a battle of this beta male. That's a battle that this beta male already lost right there. Okay. Then on top of that, the boyfriend dominates pretty much every interaction with docile dad too. Watching this Reuben character, I could essentially feel the testosterone being drained from my body watching this loser. Okay, so if you're a dad, basically do exactly the opposite of what this dad does in this movie, and you'll be in tip-top dad shape right there. Now, another idiot in this movie is the character of Bobby, one of Duncan's crew here, and Duncan is the guy played by Mahershala Ali. And Bobby is played by Ed Skrein or Skrein. I've never known, I've never learned how to pronounce his name properly right there. But if you don't know who Ed Skrein is, he's who played Francis in the first Deadpool movie, right? He's the guy that was running the workshop or the clinic that was experimenting on Deadpool there. And then he parlayed that into a starring role in the World War II movie Midway that basically went nowhere at the box office. Okay. So now, because of that, he's just demoted to the Jurassic version of a red shirt from Star Trek, right? Okay. As you all know, if you watch Star Trek, the red shirts are like the expendable characters that go out onto a planet with Kirk and Spock, and you're like, Oh, it's a red shirt. Yeah, he's gonna die. Oh, she's a red shirt. Yeah, she's gonna die. Okay, and so in this case, the guy who played Francis on Deadpool, this Ed Skrein guy, he's just demoted to being the Jurassic, movie version of a red shirt. And then in one scene, just out of the blue, the script turns him into like this maniacal murder machine, screaming something along the lines of "This is our land now," and then he just stands there. He's just shooting like a madman at all these dinosaurs swimming in the ocean. Again screaming, "This is our land now," and it just comes from out of nowhere, right? And then of course after that he's Dino Dinner shortly after that. But I'm like, that's just another clumsy moment in an overall clumsy movie there with this Jurassic World Rebirth there. But all right, let's do this here real quick. And let me tell you guys all about the fact that I do have the Thursday night show coming up here, of course, this Thursday night, going over, again, Jurassic World Rebirth. And in that show, the difference between that show and this show is that show, I am not going to worry if I drop spoilers for this movie or not. Okay, now I don't go out of my way to drop spoilers during that show, but I'm not going to walk on eggshells trying not to ruin the movie for anybody. Okay, literally, the show has the words "spoiler warning" in the show title. Okay, that's why it's called Movies Merica Spoiler Warning. And so, yeah, if you want to hear more about Jurassic World Rebirth, maybe you're one of the miracles. Maybe you're one of the people that maybe there's somebody out there that actually likes this movie. And actually, I think there must be. Here are people like the idea of the movie, because it did have a pretty good box office weekend. It opened up at number 1. And it got some pretty good international numbers here as well. So there are a few people out there that like this movie. So if you do like this movie and you want to check out a show that's going to do a deep dive on Jurassic World Rebirth, spoilers and all, well, then, yeah, check out my show this Thursday night named Movies Merica Spoiler Warning. And it comes on at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central, 5 Mountain, and 4 Pacific. Okay. And yeah, I'm going to go over this movie in detail. I'm going to do a salute to a military veteran, as I always do in the movie military moment. I always do that on my Thursday night show, where I pay honor to, or pay homage, or I honor a recipient of the Congressional Medal of Honor, and that's all in a segment called the Movie Military Moments. And then, of course, I'll review another beer in the brew review time on Thursday's show as well, and some other assorted goodies and that kind of thing that I'll do on the show this Thursday night. And yeah, the best way to check out the show is there will be links to the show that'll be on my X account under @MoviesMerica. Or you can just go to Rumble and search for Movies Merica on Thursday, and just look for Movies Merica Jurassic World or something like that, and you'll find it right off the bat. You can go to YouTube and search for Movies Merica Jurassic World, and you might have to do some scrolling, okay? Because I'm not like some feature show on YouTube, okay? I'm a lowly little show on YouTube. I'm just a wee little baby, there, okay? No, YouTube is not like featuring my show by any means. So you'll have to do a little scrolling on YouTube. Facebook, I'm on Facebook under Van Ebert or Movies Merica, and the links to the show will be out there on Thursday as well. So, but anyway, yeah, check that out there on Thursday night. Want to definitely see you guys there on Thursday night. Okay, there we go. I think I've belabored that point way too much. You guys are all like, we get it, Van. You've got a show on Thursday night. Let's wrap this up. All right, let's move on, everybody. Come on. All right. So yes, we got some other things to do on this 4th of July weekend here. So now, one of the premier segments of any Movies Merica Live show that I do on Sundays is the segment where I tell you whether or not the movie that I'm reviewing is a woke after school special. Okay, because who wants to go to a movie where you're under the impression that this movie is going to be there to entertain you and distract you from your troubles in life, right? Only to go there to just get lectured, all right, to get sermonized to on the right way to live a woke lifestyle. Okay, this is the way that you need to live the woke lifestyle there, young man. Okay, who wants to go and see that after you've plunked down 15, 16, 17 bucks per person to go to the movies, all right, just to get lectured, all right, by some blue hair with a, bone in her nose and tats and, whose daddy didn't love them, right? Who wants that? You go to the movies to be entertained, all right? So that's why I have this, is this movie a woke after school special, a segment in every Sunday show. And now, in this case, is Jurassic World Rebirth a woke after school special? Almost. I will put it that way. Almost, all right? It was close, all right? It was right on the verge. Allow me to explain. All right. So there's a scene where dumbass boyfriend is doing some self-loathing in front of that beta dad I was talking about earlier as they both sit around a campfire. And, dumbass boyfriend is talking about how he's glad beta dad's daughter doesn't really know, how worthless he is, stuff like that. He's just like dogging himself and that kind of thing, And that's when beta dad drops this genius line of, they all hate us anyway. You don't have to do the job for them. Okay. Or something to that effect is the line right there. Now, him saying that line, that may not mean much to you until I clarify that this is an Hispanic family. All right. So knowing that, you could tell that they were just on the cusp of puking out a, oh, woe is me monologue, implying, that Hispanics are the only ones that get treated with any sort of hostility ever on the face of this planet, right? Now, the additional context would have been Hispanics, and I guess only Hispanics, are under attack by anti-immigrant haters, all right? Now, if this monologue had seen the light of day, it would have only spoken to those that are too stupid to know some Hispanics are despised. So some Hispanics are despised because they're illegal aliens, okay? It's not even that they're Hispanics as to the reason that they're despised. That has nothing to do with it. Personally, for me, I despise all illegal aliens, and I am not even close to even remotely going to apologize for that. I despise all illegal aliens, regardless of race, color, or creed. I don't care if you're a Swedish illegal alien. I don't care if you're from Mogadishu. I don't care if you're from Siberia. If you're an illegal alien, I despise you, okay? It has nothing to do with Hispanic. I just despise illegal aliens because they think that they're special enough to cut in front of legal immigrants, okay? I'm all for legal immigrants. Come on in, legal immigrants. Do it the right way. Fill out the paperwork. You're going to have to pay some money, as I understand it. You have to take like the knowledge test, about America and all that stuff. And I'm all for more people doing that. Come on in and come on in and join the American Party, but do it the right way. Do it the legal way. And I hurt for those legal immigrants there that look and they see, wait, there's all these illegal alien dumbasses cutting in line in front of us. Like, I had to pay a bunch of money. I had to take some tests. I had to do a bunch of studying, all right, in order to be an immigrant. And here's these morons cutting in line in front of us. What the hell? So that's why I despise illegal aliens, because they just have this sense of entitlement here. So yeah, all that to say is, if this monologue had seen the light of day and the theme of it being, oh yeah, well, Hispanics are all despised right there, it has nothing to do with being Hispanic. However, they have to frame it that way so that weak-minded people buy what they're selling and start feeling sorry for them. They can't frame it with the truth. They have to say it's because they're Hispanic, all right? So, oh, right. Back to whether or not Jurassic World Rebirth is woke. Nope. So, yeah, I know. I got a little sidetracked there. I went off on a little tangent. That's all the politics that you'll have to worry about in this episode right there. But I just, again, the segment is called, Is This a Woke After School Special? And so, you do have to do a little clarification. You have to kind of do a deep dive and kind of break things down. And so that's why I put it that way right there. I could just tell like they just so wanted to put like a monologue like that, just kind of this "oh woe is me" kind of thing there. But hey, you know what? To their credit, their better judgment won out on that. So there you go. That is how that works right there. But so yeah, that's it's my is this a woke after school special segment right there that I do just because I want to save everyone watching this, whether you're watching it live or the recording of it, from wasting hard-earned dollars going to the theater. Because I mean, I'll admit it, it's not cheap going to the movie theater. There, I mean, it's cheaper than going to see some lame-o like Bruce Springsteen in concert. Someone else. It's still cheaper than that, but it's some money, right? Especially if you got kiddos that you're taking to the theater and whatnot. And so, if I could save you some money, especially you with like big families, some money by simply giving you a heads up, saying, "Hey, is this movie a woke after school special, or is it a movie that you and your family are going to enjoy?" Hey, that's the least I can do. All right, I love doing that. I love helping people out there. So, but anyway, okay. Well, if I haven't turned you off with my my political rant there, and you're appreciating the show enough to throw a little money my way, well, by all means, you could definitely do that via what we call a Rumble rant there. And a Rumble rant, that's how you can throw some money my way if you are on the Rumble side there. And so if you're on the Rumble side, all you got to do is down by where you type in your live chat message, just click on the button with a $sign on it, and it will ask you how much you want to donate my way. And that's it. It's very easy. Okay. Very easy to do that. And then also, if you are checking me out on the YouTube side of things, then they provide a way called the super chat that you can throw some money my way, whether it's $1 or $2 or whatever. Okay. And the way you do that on the YouTube side is down by where you type in your live chat message. There's a button that looks like a dollar bill on there. Just click on that, and it'll just ask you how much money you want to throw my way. And that's it. Very easy, okay? And it's it can just be $1 or $2 or $5 or whatever. It's totally up to you. All right. And that's only if you think I deserve it. Okay. I'm not, looking for any kind of charity or anything like that. If you like, hey, this guy doesn't deserve 1 penny, much less $1. Totally cool. Totally get it. I watch shows all the time, and I'm like, I'll watch a show. I'm like, yeah, these guys aren't worthy $1. If it's a friend show, I'll donate. I'll throw $1 or $2 out there. But again, that's I hate it. Yeah, when you get hosts out there, they're just like, if you watch my show and you don't give me any money, that's not very classy. And it's like, wait, in what world does guilt tripping anybody actually work? Okay, so I am not gonna do that. But anyway, just thought I would mention that throwing a $1 or $2 my way is an option. There you go. Okay, enough all about that. But yeah, so just to let you know my final thoughts on Jurassic World Rebirth. I'm sure at this point, you've gotten the idea. You've gotten the gist that I don't think Van is recommending that we go see this movie. Okay, don't do it. Instead, I would just watch the only Jurassic movies I like are the first two. All right, I like obviously the OG, the first one, and I know Jurassic World, the Jurassic Park, the Lost World gets crapped on a lot. I don't know why. I like that. I like that one. It's pretty damn good. There, I kind of like how it's even darker than the original one right there. It's kind of got that dark tone to it. So, but yeah, really none of the other Jurassic movies are ones that I would actually recommend there. But yes, just watch the first two and move on with your day there. Okay. All right. So I've had enough of talking about Jurassic World Rebirth for today, that is. But let me implore you, if you would follow me on the various platforms that I'm on. Like I'm on Rumble under @Movies Merica. Okay. And now you might see multiple Movies Merica accounts on Rumble. Mine would be the one with a whole lot of stuff on it, a whole lot of content, a whole lot of things you can watch on it. That's my account. I think the other one has like nothing on it. Okay. So yeah, if you would hit the follow or subscribe button on that on Rumble, that'd be great. I'm also on X under @Movies Merica, or formerly Twitter. Again, under @MoviesMerica. Follow me on there. I'm on Facebook under @MoviesMerica or Van Ebert. So you can follow me there as well. I can't remember what they call it. They call you like you friend somebody, right? You friend somebody on Facebook there as well. I'm on Gab as well, if you guys use Gab. So I'm on a number of places. Oh, check me out. I'm on Letterboxd. Have you ever heard of Letterboxd? I'm on Criticless there, and so check that out. Also, I've got my website, moviesmerica.com, if you want to check that out. That's where I have my audio editions of my Sunday show, like the Sunday show you're watching right now. There, I do my podcast version of those right now. They're on moviesmerica.com there. So, and hey, just to let you guys know, if you guys want to get something out of following me on those episodes, then hey, just let me know that you followed me on this platform and that platform and whatever platforms you follow me on. Just direct message me on my @MoviesMerica account on X and let me know what platforms you follow me on, and I will follow you right back there. Okay, it's the least I can do going on with that there. So, all right, so we're getting ready to wrap up this episode up in here. But as I always say, get out there, people. Those movies aren't going to watch themselves. See ya. Howdy, my movie maniacs and my fellow freedom-fueled film fanatics. Would you do me a favor and check me out at solo.to/moviesmerica? That's where you would go for a one-stop shop for all the links that have to do with me, Movies Merica. And then also, if you want to check out the audio-only podcast versions of my Movies Merica live episodes, that's my spoiler-free reviews that I do on Sunday, you can go to moviesmerica.com or Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, places like that. And then, actually, if you would also check me out on the social media sites like X and Instagram and Facebook and Gab. And I'm on those locations all under @MoviesMerica. So it is very easy to find me out there, all right? So get to it, everybody. All right, thanks for watching. Later.
Hey guys, don't leave the video quite yet. Okay, I've got a popo. They're coming after me, and I don't have much time to tell you, but you need to like and subscribe this video right here, down below. It's right down there. It's just waiting. It's waiting for you down there, okay? And make sure you watch these videos over here too. You'll be doing me a big favor. I'm gonna be in handcuffs pretty soon. All right, thanks for watching.